It's been a couple of days now since Dune Awakening had its big D6 debacle, if you will. Your Deep Desert D-Day is what I'm calling it, where they ended up moving a control point, which is a PvP zone, midweek into an area where tons of bases were built up on practically every single server. This led to a lot of people losing a lot of progress. Surprisingly, though, the developers said they were working on reimbursements for the players affected. And today we actually have an update on that, in the sense that the players have officially been refunded. I'm going to break down exactly what they say, how you can go about getting your items, and how all of this is going to work. Let's go ahead and cut this plug and jump right on into it here. They start off by saying that they have completed the reimbursement process, and basically how they went about doing this was they identified sub-fief consoles as well as those consoles associated bases, and destroyed vehicles in the affected area of the deep desert, mainly being D6. They basically took a snapshot of what the bases had and which bases got destroyed, and they are going to do their best to reimburse all of the items that could have possibly been taken. They do point out that the items, materials, and components from destroyed facilities are going to be sent to the original owner of that base's sub-fief console, and it's ultimately going to be that individual's responsibility to distribute the items among their group, guild, or alliance. They say that items found within the storage containers and inventories are being reimbursed, such as Solari currency, unique schematics, components, and crafting materials. For that last part, the materials include, but are not necessarily limited to, salvaged metal, cobalt paste, complex machinery, spice melange, plasteel composite armor plating, and other similar items. For buildings, they focused on reimbursing the required materials for advanced facilities such as wind turbines, spice refineries, storage containers, specialized fabricators, and ore refineries. Materials for basic objects such as walls and foundations are not going to be reimbursed. The vehicles are going to be reimbursed in the form of components of that vehicle's MK6 version, regardless of the original vehicle's tier. So people are actually going to get a bit of an upgrade here to whatever tier ornithopter they may have had destroyed. And then all possible modules for that vehicle are going to be included, but they say that unique modules are not going to be included. When it comes to Solari reimbursements, those are going to be capped at 1 million Solari per person. When it comes to claiming these items, the reimbursements themselves are going to be made available from the Claim Rewards button, and you can find this by hitting Escape in-game and looking to the bottom left. I would demonstrate what this looks like, but I was not affected in the whole D6 debacle. I managed to clear my base out of D6 before anything got raided. But the last thing they make note of is they say that they strongly recommend making sure you are in a safe place with ample storage nearby before claiming reimbursements. Your character is very likely not going to be able to carry everything at once, and excess items are going to be dropped on the ground. And dropped items are still subject to despawning within 15 minutes, and then will not be able to be restored again. They say that there is no time limit to claim the items, and each item or stack of materials is claimed at one time, so there is no need to rush. And overall, with how big of a mistake this was, it's nice to see that they're at least doing something about it. A lot of people are still complaining about like the disappearing inventories just from loading across from the deep desert to the Haga Basin, which arguably is probably affecting more people than just what happened in the whole D6 tile imploding in on itself. However, it is what it is at this point in time. At least they did something here. Let me know down in the comments if you happen to get reimbursed for any sort of losses you may have incurred due to Funcom's mistakes. But really, that's all I wanted to break down inside of this video. If it helped you out at all, then help me out by hitting that like button. You would be surprised how much just one like will help a video inside of the algorithm. But other than that, I hope you guys all have an amazing day. I'm out.